Oops, sorry. Hello everyone, this is Caged Fruit, and welcome to Monster Hunter Rise. Hold on one second. Go. This is the first part of Monster Hunter Rise, so we're going to start off with character creation. And we're going to see how far we get into it before I either can't play it anymore, or Hades 2 comes out. One of the two. Whichever one comes first, that's when we're gonna stop. Or if Monster Hunter Wilds comes out. So, whichever one of those happens first is, oops. Come back to me. Everything went dark. So whichever one of those happens first is how long we're going to be playing this game for. Alright, so we always start with character creation. I am well rested tonight, so I am not going to have... Oh, it's just character, like... Oh, this is just presets that we're scrolling through, right? Got it. Wow, the... Not playing this on the Switch, I'm realizing how much the lighting changes everything. And it's not to say that, the Switch obviously has lesser graphics than a full PC, but, Rise came out, early on the Switch. Scarlet and Violet, you can tell, has a lot more dynamic lighting, optimization compared to the, Rise when it first came out. Look at the difference in... So, this is pink, clearly, right? This is, in this standard white, void that we're in. And then tones of red. Now it's more of a brown. Or, at least a very, very deep and faded pink. Look at that. That's, basically purple. We're back to a pink, but, more vibrant than the one before. Now it's, a... like a mahogany kind of color, but a light mahogany. And now it's just straight orange, but then again, we are in lava. Anyway. None of these matter. I still think that none of these matter. Because we're going to, change a bunch of stuff, right? Yeah, literally none of this mattered. I think this is the only thing that, actually matters. But we're going to go in here anyway. You hold... It goes very quickly, very... Stupid. I was gonna say it goes very quickly, very fast. Oh, that's right. That's what the stick does. I can physically move the light source around. If you notice, the light moving, that's me by accident. Dead center, good. There's no way to, reset the light source, right? No, okay. Okay. no way to reset anything. Oh, right, because I got it. Nope, damn it. I forgot I had to, like, actually go in here to do this. Oh my god. It's so slippery. Like I'm like moving it one by one is agonizingly slow, but as soon as you hold it down, that's it. You're out of there. You're out of whatever range you wanted to be in. Uh, a little bit further that way. Hold on. Alright, now don't press the back button. Press the continue button. There we go. Alright, fixed it. Now I can press the back button. Okay, muscle definition. Obviously, maximum. Oh, that's just for her face. Okay, never mind. Minimum. I wish that didn't happen, like right at her ear. Do you see like where it's it got pinched? Some of the texture. That's just a graphical error. Obviously. Oh, there we go. There were the other hairstyles. I was like, I could swear there were. I could have swore there was more hairstyles last time I played. Hood. No. Oh, those are twin tails. Okay. No. No. Nope. You know what? Why not? Rock with this. So that's fine. What we want is this. We want that. On. Almost to where I want it. I know this color because I put it on every one of my Monster Hunter characters. Oh, I can go above. Awesome. That's great. I didn't realize I could point her downwards. Okay. So I can get a different angle. Make sure every last follicle is in place. Good. How do I save this palette? Y. Okay, good. There we go. Excellent. Only because I'm going to be using that a lot. Behold. Saved palette. Alright. Brow shape. These brows are very, very, like, thin. But not in, like, the width way in terms of thin, like, how somebody's hair might be thinning. Oh, more facial feature customization. Fine. Sure. Oh no. Open your eyes, ma'am. She still blinks. Well, you know what? 50 sounds just fine. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't sound just fine. 75-25? Sure, that makes sense. There we go. Fine. You know what? All that works. All that works just fine. I suck with noses. Not gonna touch the nose, not even a little bit. I'm not very good at character customization anyway. Sorry, just had to confirm the software update. I'm not very good at character customization anyway, but I do not mess with noses even a little bit. I pick a preset nose, and then I move on. If I even pick a preset nose, I sometimes just leave it where it is. That's good. Fine. How do I get that 50? Yeah, maybe... That's fine. You know what? Okay. There we go. This is fine. Obviously. We gotta make her as cut up as physically possible. As I do with, like, all of my characters. Kidding, I don't do that with all of my characters. They have 3 makeup spots this time. Where's the triple gash? There it is. I'm gonna put that right... Oh, oh god, oh god! It's so difficult that I'm moving everything up and down by moving left and right. This... Oh, of course they made it. They made it counterintuitive. There's a way to, like, flip it, right? Now, hold on. Oh god. Perfect. Color. Indeed, we desire it to be red. It needs... Got saturation up. Contrast. Down. Glossy. Metallic is important. Little bit of metallic. Lots of gloss. No luminous. Metallic adds a bit of... There we go. When you put it at the right ratio, that's better. Yeah, this doesn't have, like, the super high quality that World does, but... oh, whoops. What else do I put? Definitely not. This is not okay as a default color. Just want to say that for this makeup, just maybe not. Maybe you make the default color, I don't know, something else. Maybe like orange or red like you have in the pictures. Where's the hunting mark? There we go. Perfect. Alright, now to make this as annoying as possible. Wait. There we go. And finally... sorry, I'm just trying to, like, make sure there's not, like, an actual way to flip it. Which there doesn't appear to be a setting to do that. Vertical position... Actually, now that I'm, like, looking at everything, hold on. Let's just go to makeup 2, horizontal position. Just gonna move you. Perfect. Makeup 3, vertical position, down. Should be fine. Horizontal position, vertical size, horizontal size. Perfect. Horizontal position, vertical position. Excellent. Color settings. Excellent. Oops, wrong one. I thought I was changing the metallicness. So let me take off the gloss, full metallic. We don't need any luminous. Perfect. Clothing. Excellent. Voice type. That's fine. Also, I set the voice acting language to the Monster Hunter language, so no one's going to be able to physically understand what they're saying, unless you took the time to learn the Monster Hunter language. Action samples, expression samples, now we're good. Oh god. Presets. Sure, yeah, why not? Confirm. Alright. Why am I using this? That's not meant to be anything. That is literally just what I choose every time I play Monster Hunter. I choose Derpy something or other. This is going to be Derpy Dogs, no matter what I choose. He's unbothered. I was trying to just check out Copilot. Wait, hold on. This is Copilot. Perfect. Nothing really much else to say. Coat, base type. Oh, this is pattern type, right? This is legit. This is like legitimately, hold on. Yeah, and then we're just gonna saturation down, contrast down, make that black, perfect. And then this is, can't look at him right now. You know what, that's, wait, hold on. Let me bring the contrast down a bit more on his back. Alright, yeah, that's probably fine. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good for him. So, part 1. Bring the contrast up. Match it a bit more. Okay, there we go. That's better. Voice. Believe it or not, Copilot has a very deep voice for being a Chihuahua. It was very startling the first time I heard it, considering I've had a Chihuahua before. That's fine. Clothing. Saved palette. There we go. Copilot is coming to fruition. Yes! Yep. The cat I will put significantly less effort into. Not that I don't like cats, I just don't have any. Because everyone who I've lived with is allergic to cats. I like cats. I play with cats whenever I like, you know, am in an area where I can do so. I am just rarely in those areas. There we go. I like that one. Almost there. Bring our contrast into focus. Perfect. Excellent. Support type. I love the assist support type. One of my favorite things. Clothing. Clothing. Right, keep forgetting that I have to use the directional pad. Save palette. We are. Voice. Perfect. Already chose our support type. Oh, tail. Big floofy tail is fine. Yeah, big floofy tail is fine. Perfect. Shows clothing, shows the coat, shows the eyes, the ears, ears. Forgot to do ears. Oh. Oh, joyous day. Yes. Yes. I look so cool. My headband is covering the scar, which was unintentional. Ah, but look at us. God, and I spent so long doing that. Then again, I do get lost in it. I mean, family still needs personal space and boundaries. Also, you didn't really sneak in so much as walked through an open door. And I didn't so much notice you as was woken up by my ninja dog and ninja cat. Ba-da-ba-da. The cats... I was gonna say the cats in this game, but it's also true of the cats in real life. Cats just have, like, eyes bigger than their... everything. Bigger than their mouths, their stomachs, their brains. I am wondering how much of the Monster Hunter language that they're made up is like directly Japanese. Like, is it like spoken backwards, or is it like really old, traditional, like basically like lost to time Japanese? Um, because I'm pretty sure they're using the Japanese voice actors. Um, See, now, Rampage and all aside, I got news for you. Got a message from the guild this morning, says that you are now a certified hunter. You're really living now, Squirt. Well, I guess I shouldn't call you that now that you're certified, but I don't think it'll stop me. Sorry to interrupt, Elder Fugan. I've informed the village of the coming rampage like you asked. Ah, yes, thank you. By the way, I overheard the good news. You're finally an official hunter. Wow, congratulations. All you need to do is register with the guild so you can start accepting quests. To do that, you need to speak with Master Hojo at the Gathering Hub. That can wait. First, we go shopping. You'll be needing the help of other villagers if you want to succeed out in the field, so follow me. Now, where should we start? Let's see. Kagero, the merchant. Yep, I'm aware. I'm sorry, I do know what all of these people are. Also, hold on. Got it. Can't do anything. Can't do anything yet. Understood. This is the blacksmith. He's who you get all your weapons and stuff from, unless you're in a certain spot. Oh, I can't go there. Got it. It's gonna take me a minute to get used to the controls. Okay, there we go. And this is where we get our buffs from this girl. Good news, certified hunter. Yep. Never taste anything yummier. This is Bunny Dango. Not. Wait a second. My brain. Hold on. Hold on. Dango. Okay, yeah, that's Dango. Mochi. What the hell is Mochi? Fundamentally different. Understood. So I was about to say, like, those... Oh my god. Am I sure I'm not tired and make sure I'm well rested? I was about to say that those... Well, I was about to say those cats. I wanted to say those cats are making mochi. But then I got Mochi and Dango confused. I was like, wait, they're not making Mochi. So I looked up the difference between Mochi and Dango, and I was just like, okay, got it. They're making Dango. And then I almost called them fucking mice. For some reason. I almost called the cats mice. One super duper mega Dango order coming right up. Had a great time on our shopping trip. Thanks for accompanying me. Had things I ordered from Master Hamon and Kagero delivered to your item box. Surprise, just a little something from me to celebrate you becoming a hunter. Come back when you're done with your registration thing, okay? What about the bunny Dango? Sorry, but those are all mine. I share what a girl's gotta eat. Hey, you should equip a weapon already. I want to see what you look like in your full hunter getup. Good idea. How about you give it a try? Give the longsword a try. That gear really suits you. You must feel a ton braver now, right? Ride that high over to the Gathering Hub and get yourself registered as a hunter. Yada yada. Register a hunter. Got it. Okay, understood. Still can't do anything until I talk to Master Hojo. Who is this guy? Who is sitting on the baby form of a monster who you cannot fight in the base form of this game. I forget if they're in Sunbreak or not. Hello there, you sure took forever to get in here. I thought I was gonna croak. Haha, funny, because he's on a baby frog monster. Yep, Guildmaster. Gave me a stamp, and I'm officially a hunter, hooray. This is the guy who trained me? Supposedly. Keeps calling me Ace. Congrats on becoming a hunter, action bar, yada yada. Yep. Everything is in the hunter's notes, which is why I really don't feel the need to listen to all their stuff. Also, I have played this game before. I am going to be playing a game that I am going to be playing a weapon that I don't normally play, though. I'm gonna try, anyway. I retrieve. Oh, hoot. Yep. Yep. Well, you can probably guess what I'm gonna name it. Oops. Key quests. Oh, right, I gotta call the damn mailman. Oh, God. Yep. Got it. Right, that explains it. There we go. Nope, we're not diving. Yes, exit tutorial. Not diving into the quest list yet, because we still got other things to talk to. Other people, not things. Yep. Yep. There's not much to say about them. You have quests. The quests have ranks, which are difficulty levels. And you gotta do the lower difficulty quests first. Yep. Yep. Cool. Alright. If I could get in here, that would be great. There we go. Okay. Manage equipment. Change equipment. Change the weapon. So normally I go heavy on the insect glaive. I'm just realizing right now that I use a lot of primary weapons. Like, I use 6. Like, regularly, I use 6 out of the 14 weapons. Which I realize isn't half, but I don't count the 3 ranged weapons because I don't like the ranged weapons in this game. So really it's 6 out of 11, so I use more than half of the weapons that I consider to be viable in this game. I could... What's up, co-pilot? I was trying to use you as a reference earlier, but you were fast asleep, buddy. So pathetic. Matter. Fine. I just realized the mistakes that I made. Come on. What's going on here? There we go. Sorry about that. Gotta get back in here. My question is, what do I choose for a weapon this time? I mean, I could go dual blades, but I feel like that's a bit simplistic. So my weapons are these. Wait, did I count one extra? I did count one extra. Whoops. I play 5 out of the 11 weapons, so almost half. Never mind. So I play Insect Glaive is my main thing that I play. I play Hunting Horn a lot. I play Hammer. I play a lot of Charge Blade. Charge Blade is how I beat Extreme Behemoth before Master Rank and Iceborne came out. I beat Extreme Behemoth in the first month that it was released with randoms. And I was using Charge Blade. I think I was using Lunastra's Charge Blade, if I'm remembering right. I remember my Charge Blade was blue anyway. I don't remember if Lunastra was actually out yet by the time the Extremeth was out. I also dabble in the Switch Axe. So, with that be, and I also sort of use the Greatsword every now and again if I'm feeling up to it. So really I have the Longsword, which I'm not necessarily a huge fan of. The Sword and Shield, which I have never been good with, no matter what Monster Hunter game I'm playing. Even Monster Hunter Stories, I'm not good at playing the Sword and Shield. Dual Blades, which I feel like are simplistic. Lance, which I feel like is also really simplistic. Also, it's gonna make like every hunt just a real tug of war. Gun Lance, which I have no idea how to play. Or I can go for something that I never played, like from beginning to end, because like I said, I start on the Insect Glaive, and then I move or the Hunting Horn, then I move over to the rest. So I mean, I could start with the charge blade and get really annoyed with that really quickly. Or I could do a bunch of stuff and just swap around to the different weapons. But you know what? Might as well just try to learn the gun lance. I see no reason I see no reason not to just like try and learn it. This could be a good experience for me. I'm already regretting everything. Whoops. I don't know how I have all of these as layered weapons or layered equipment. But sure. This is fine. Sorry, I realize this sound might be really annoying, so let me just make sure everything's fine and then we'll just leave. God, so many different menus. Also not going to... So there is a training area in this game where you can go and, like, you know, get acquainted with weapons. But, that's pointless. Everyone knows that the, Yep, got it. Good, yep, exit tutorial. Also, I'm still stuck in another Crab's Treasure mode, where I'm trying to hold down B to run. And I keep forgetting that it's RB. Buddy Scout, yada yada. Yep, Buddy Scout. Yep, exit tutorial. Yep, hire special buddies. These are basically just DLC buddies. And I don't have any, Okay. You don't have anything to say to me yet. I'm just taking care of all the tutorials, that way I don't have to go through them later. Okay, you're not set up yet, so that's fine. This is the training area. Like I said, I won't be using it, but... doesn't hurt to, you know... just make sure that we get the cutscene over with. can literally just practice your stuff here. Okay, there we go. X puts it away. God, this is gonna suck. Alright, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. I also don't know how to reload. Oh, B is reload. Hold on. Y plus B. Y. Y. Y plus B. Y. Y. I guess I gotta wait for that to cool down. I know I said I wasn't going to use the training area, but I was going to do that regardless. Like, right as soon as I got into the first mission. This is just so that I can do both, because I'm using an Xbox controller, which I'm not used to, because I'm used to using either the Joy-Cons or the Pro controller. Okay. Urgent quest. Back to basics. And there's nothing else to do, because we have to do it. We have to, like, actually start the tutorial quest and everything. Before we, get any of the stuff unlocked. Interesting. It's interesting how different... What's up? Jesus Christ. Congrats. Yep. Start with camp. Fly box. Yep. Firebugs, use them right. Oh, use wire dash to scale the boulder. Got it. Accompanied by Palamute. Please let me ride. Yep. How did I... Right, there we go. I was like, there's a drifting mechanic in this game, I know. Yep, got a pet lace. Both fly. Yep. Bees interact. God, it's so backwards. But it's Monster Hunter. You know, it's sort of like Worms. You know, it's like it's so backwards, but it's this game. So, you know, you gotta play it like this game. Yep, pack of Izuchi. Got it. Okay, got it. Well, the dog and the cat did most of the work there. Oops, wrong, everything wrong. Just making sure that everything is done with this stuff. I don't have to do this right now. Oh, I think he wanted me to use the fast travel. Hooray! We completed our first mission, even though our dog and cat, or his dog and cat, did most of the work. Yes, look at how tired I am. Even though I should, like, based on, you know, just trying to think of the word, like the backstory, I think is that they're giving my character. My character should know all this. Should not need a like a training mission at all. Someone wants to talk to me in my room. Yep, Meowskeeper. And then basically because you don't go back into town while you're on multiplayer, you stay in this specific area. That guy that I just talked to before is going to be like the blacksmith for while you're playing multiplayer. Arena quests, yada yada. So thank you. Steelworks. You can upgrade weapons. That was the dog. Prep request our type of side quest from people around the village indicated by blue siege bubble. Yada yada. Yep. Why are you taking so long to be able to be talked to? Training quests, learning to ride, basics of capturing monsters. Sorry, bud. This is a tutorial mission. Yep. Oh, damn it. I was trying to get onto there. Hold up. Let me just grab my best buddy, the puppet spider. LT, Y, or B. Yeah, I wish I knew what they did. Puppet spider, yep. See. See how rusty I am on this. And then I have infinite riding time at the moment. I was like, is it gonna give me the thing? Yep. Oh right, there's also a super move that your monsters can do. That they just, you know. Alright. So basically, you know, if you are better, if you're better at playing the game than I am, then you can actually fight. And then, you know, your monster can do a ultimate move. Like, I'm not pressing any controls right now. Wait. Wait. Oh. You bastards. Hey. God, the controls. I am not one with the controls just yet. Oh, I titled this stream aptly. I am not one with the controls. I'm using a weapon that I have quite literally never used before. Oh, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. That's alright. I'm riding a high from earlier. Because I have, like, 4 of the rarest shinies, like, ever at this point. So I'm okay with what I have. Raining quests, we got one more. Basics of capturing monsters. Yep. Got it. This is part of the reason why I choose a support type. God, another Crab's Treasure has me messed up. I'm glad I'm not playing them at the same time. Okay. I'm up here, which means I'm safe. I was meant to talk to you. Like, I was supposed to talk to you. You could have fooled me by the fact that you talked to me as soon as I hopped in. Where are you? Oh, you're down there. Never mind. Yep. Did that do it for you? Damn it, that wasn't the guard button. That's the guard button for the other game. Yep. Got it, yep. Okay, and then we... Yep, hold on. Really? You're right there. Alright, fine. Oh, I can't do it. So I both can't get the controls right, and then I also press them too fast for the game to keep up. Because I was pressing the right controls. I was just pressing them all simultaneously. right? This button. Come on, focus. Remember what the buttons do. You're not playing the crab game yet right now. All right, we literally just 100%ed that crab game on Monday. We're fine. Okay, there we go. Alright, did all the training quests, optional sub-quests. Yep. Oh, right, so optional sub-quests, so there used to be a thing in Monster Hunter before this game where each quest would have a sub-quest, where, you know, if you did something during the quest, then you would get extra rewards, and you could also end the quest early. It wouldn't finish the quest, but it also wouldn't count as a fail. Now they just have these optional subquests. Sorry. Where you can accept these, and then they will just persist, and whenever you finish them, you finish them. But you can only have like a certain amount active at a time. Village quests. Before we do anything, we have to see what our things are. So we have deliver 8 fire lanterns, which is a gathering quest. Another gathering quest. This is a slaying quest and also a slaying quest. And this is to just travel around the area without a mission. Alright. So we're going to start with the Suzuki quest, even though it's not a key quest. But I just want to get it out of the way. Oops. Forgot which button was to grab things. I pressed A, it was B. Alright, there we go. Sorry if me destroying the innocent creatures might have been a bit much. But they have some valuable stuff in them. These specific creatures have some what could be considered valuable items. Don't think that that one's fading away into nothingness. Now alright, I have to do this. Oh god. Oh my god, it actually stood intact. Okay, so these things right here, when you kill them, they typically just pop and then they like don't drop anything. Anyway. Unless you kill them in a specific way. Well, I didn't know which button would allow me to take the stake off. Anyway. Oops. Hard to see the color change when it gets from rare to well done. Okay, there we go. Think Mink. God, the controls. I can only hope I get better over time. I feel like Torbeck. Alright, didn't mean to do all that, but that's fine. You know, if only I did any of that on purpose. Reload that. SQ go. I know what that does. That's health regen. Oh, look, flash bugs. Perfect. Yep. I have to find and slay Izuchis. Problem is, I don't know where's... Oh, it's telling me right there on the map. Never mind, I apologize. Also have to eventually figure out a way to get up there. Hehe. Thanks, you guys. I've also completed one of the optional side quests, like, before I even really started. Wait, are there more of you? Or is that just telling me about the corpses? Might just be telling me about the corpses. Alright, I have to collect these things as well. Okay. Oops, ran out of stamina. Otherwise, all monsters list updated. Updated with what? Again, I don't want to do that, necessarily. I don't want to, like, you know, shoot that thing when I don't have to. Because I don't want to reload. I also feel like... I also think using the gun part of the gun lance is... maybe making it lose sharpness a bit faster. Check the junk pile for anything. That draws in large monsters. Not entirely sure I want that. In fact, I know I don't want that. No, again, don't want to be doing that. At least I'm understanding how to reload. That makes me feel a little bit better, that I figure out how to, you know, replenish the thing that I keep wasting. Alright, how many more of these things do I have to... do I have to, you know, take care of? Sorry, doggy. I I realize that I am the one who, you know, made you dash off into oblivion, but I needed to also do other things. Alright, well that was meant to be cool. Really? One more? Come on. I'm lucky I was able to even see this thing. Right, Thunder Beetles are really good. Wonder if I can kill one of the last things with a Thunder Beetle. No, but I can do that. Come on. Finish dying. Jesus, you two. Alright, we're still one small monster short. And I think they just respawned. Let's get to it. No, the corpse just despawned, never mind. Oops. Forgot the button again. Fuel lilies found. Excellent. I can put a great wire bug there at some point. I'm just gonna hold off on them for a little bit. Wait, are you guys here? Yes, you are. Oh, and now they're attacking the bugs. Little maniacs. Oh my god. They killed one without destroying its corpse. You killed two without destroying their corpse. These animals are insane. Yep, just that's the idea. Just look as bored as possible when you're finishing the mission. Items plunder. Ooh, paw print stamp. I got a lot of rare items on the first run. Paw print stamps, Bombadgy fluid. God, I feel bad that I feel good about not fainting on this first mission. Considering I've been playing since 4 Ultimate. Let's see, what else can we gather? So I'm going to be gathering a bunch of mushrooms, probably. Small monster slaying, definitely going to be using those. God, my stomach... Something I feel is brewing, because my stomach doesn't hurt, but it does feel very uncomfortable. Green dots to note where they are. Got it. Otherwise, there's stuff here, and if I remember correctly... No? If I remember correctly, there's a hole among, like, in this wall somewhere. Huh, I guess not. Could have swore there was, like, a hole right there that, you know, would allow you to go in somewhere. God. Okay. Yeah, this is just a gathering quest. I just want to get them out of the way early. Especially since there's not going to be any real issues on these. No, and I forgot to take all the stuff out of the box. I'm at 2 out of 8. Got it. Oh god. Stop. Stop it. Calm down, my faithful steed. Oh god. Stop it. Okay, there's nothing up here. Got it. I forget where secrets may or may not be. Not that I should really be looking for secrets, I should really just be trying to get as, like... I don't have any great wire bugs, got it. I should just try, like, be trying to, get these first quests done as quickly as possible so that I can actually get into hunting monsters. Okay. Alright, I discovered the second location for another subcamp. Basically just another spawn location. It's over here. Got it. There it is. Yeah, I kind of just want to make a mushroom build. Where is this? It says it's right here, so I guess it's up here. It can also be hard to tell when you are and aren't running in this game, which is unfortunate. So if you see me just like drop off of walls and stuff, it's because I didn't know if I was running or not, and I just hit the run button again, which made me stop. Alright, yep, and I just gotta wait for it to save now. There it goes. Nope, not the run button. Got a sub-camp locations, yada yada. Got it. Alright, you. I made a well done steak. I just don't know how to deliver it. Oh, it just gave me potions. Okay. Right, so I just gotta slay Adazuchi. And before I do that, I'd mentioned it. I just need to take a short... Okay. Oh my god. I just finished the training missions and I almost lost my own training. Some would call it the first training that you ever get. Oh god, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh god. Jeez, all this just suddenly came on. It's okay. I'm fine, probably. Jeez, what is going on? I almost friggin' soiled myself on camera, and then I feel like I'm about to throw up, and now I have a headache. What is going on with me? Not like I haven't been drinking water or anything. Pretty sure I'm not getting sick. Hope I'm not getting sick. Where are these mushrooms located? There they are. I went up a wee bit too high. Now I was too far over. Where are the mushrooms? There you are. Sorry, I am trying to, like, just keep my organs together at the moment. Neither of those were the mushrooms that I needed. Apparently. Okay. Got it. Right down there. Last one, last one. Success. Sorry, I know these quests are riveting, but it's just to get the tutorial stuff out of the way. I hope what's making me feel this way is not what I think it is. but I also have a bad feeling about that. Someone wants to talk to me over here, but I don't know who. Oh, there you are. Hey look, found some great wire bugs finally. Alright. Please be able to be talked to, thank you. We're not doing that one yet. Getting this thing out of the way, that way I never have to come back to the rank ones again. Wrong one. Whoops. Oh well, it's not like I'm not gonna have a million of those later. How do I charge? Not you. I don't want you to charge. You stay over there or get dealt with by the friends. Sorry, I'm like, I am really trying. Yesterday I was tired, and now I just have a stomachache. I am really hoping it's not the milk, because I literally just opened that jug of milk. Like, today. And no, I don't drink raw milk. So, you know, it can't be that. Boom. But while I'm doing this, like, boring stuff, I guess I can tell you about the shinies that I got. And why I was so, like, stoked about it earlier before my stomach started killing me. So, I got... So, there's a Pokemon called Sinistea. And its evolved form Poltegeist. And they each have two forms. They have a counterfeit form and an authentic form. Or, you know, counterfeit and, like, masterpiece, depending on, like, which Pokemon it is. And, so, they are, like, the chances of finding one or the other. So the counterfeit form comes, like, is like a dime a dozen. And then, for, like, every... I think it was, like... I gotta check again. Make sure. Sinistea. Should be able to find it on, so phony form and antique form. Game data. Trivia. Yep. Turner. Thing. Origin. Name origin. Nope. Doesn't tell me anything about that. I just want to know, like, what the odds are for getting an antique form are. Oh, form data. Two separate forms. Its forms maintained through evolution. Poltegeist cannot be changed. Antique form is rare and has a stamp of authenticity hitting on the other side of its base. Well, the only functional difference between the two is the evolution item. Phony form Sinistea requires a cracked pot, while antique form requires a chipped pot. I know, super clear as to what they are. Antique form Sinistea does not obey typical form inheritance rules when breeding, and therefore cannot reproduce eggs that contain antique form. All Sinistea that hatch from eggs will always be phony form regardless of the parent's form. Sinistea and peak odds. Okay, so a Sinistea, an antique Sinistea, is about 1 in every 200 Sinesteas will be in antique or authentic form, whichever one. So it's like 0.5%. That's all the village quests. Now we just have to do the urgent quest. Right, so that's 1 in 200 for the, like, just to get an antique form. And then of that 1 in 200, there is 1 in 4,096 to get a shiny version of that. So, doing the math, those come out to like 1 in a million. Of course, they're like in terms of like the odds. I mean, it's like 1 in 800,000, but you know, rounding and whatnot. Yep, I did the thing again. I pressed the wrong button because I wasn't thinking about it actively. You know, there are obviously, you know, when you're shiny hunting, there are ways to improve your odds. But either way, I got 2 shiny antique form Sinistes. And I got those a while ago. And then I got and then just today I got 3 shiny I think it's called Masterpiece form. Or is it authentic form? I forget. But either way, I got the rare form of Poltergeist, which is the same thing as Sinistea, but instead of being like tea from a teapot, it's matcha from a matcha pot. Hey, look, perfect. Whoosh. Hold on. We still got more whooshing to do, apparently. Straight up, straight up. There we go. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Hold on, let me just grab that. There's gotta be like a faster way to do a wide sweeping attack so I can take out all of those, the spirit shrubs. That way I can get the stuff faster. Oh, I meant to guard up. Yep, nope, had to watch out for that and I didn't, is the problem. with what happened there is that I didn't watch out for him. Now, if we just take a moment, right? If we take a moment to heal. God, the controls for me are not going great. Mm-hmm. Yep, there it goes. Oh. Okay. Oh, that was not good for me. I needed to dodge a lot quicker, and I didn't. Hold on, 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 hold on. Where is it? Where's my damn thing? Okay, there we go. I realize I have to set up my item wheel, but it's not set up yet, so I can't use it. Damn it, I was looking at something on the stream. What? I thought I reloaded a while ago. Oh, does that move? Oh, I didn't realize that that move takes out all of my ammo. I mean, it makes sense, considering I explode a bunch of stuff. Alright, hold on. Alright, hold on. Okay. Yeah, no, I see how I'm messing up. I see how I could be doing better. I also see how that was awesome. You know what? The Gunlance is starting to speak to me. I'll figure this out eventually, don't worry. Okay. Oh, I don't have any traps. Oh, I'm so used to having traps in my loadout, and now I don't have traps in my loadout, and so I can't capture it. Normally, I would capture it without question. Nope. Reload that. Alright, I got this. Nope. There we go. I didn't know that when you're in that mode, you control the aim with both sticks. That's a lovely decision. So I was pressing the forward button because I basically always press forward when I'm fighting things. You know, forward being the direction of the enemy. and then it suddenly jerked my camera upwards as I was getting ready to fire the cannon. This would have been good for me to use, but I'm a fool, so. Perfect. Take all. Oh. Who wants to talk to me? Oh, you, but you're just never available to talk. Cool. Firm buffers, so we want... Actually, so what we want to do first, right? Oh my god, just be available to talk. Yep, I would love to talk to you. I saw you had a bubble over your head. If only you could talk right now. Okay. Who else wants to talk to me? Someone else in the Steelworks wants to talk to me. Could be anyone. Truly impossible to tell. There we go. I am unsure how, but this game runs worse on the PC than the Switch. Oh, sweet. Jackpot. Awesome. Wow, everything that you have is on sale right now. Wow. I don't really need much. Getting a bunch of trap tools is not useless. Might as well start stocking up on them early. Alright, who else wants to talk to me? You? No, probably not. There you are. Got it. I think it's you. I feel like it's you. Or it's you. If only people could talk to me. Never mind, I was incredibly incorrect. Oh, good God. Okay, there we go. Thank you for more. Finally. Behold, how you obtain most of your items. The Argosy. Why does it have that name? I don't know. It's the same in every iteration of Monster Hunter. So it can't be the ship's name, because they're different people every time. Yep. Trade requests. Right. We'll put you in there. Right. So yeah, literally, this is what you do. You just choose something, anything, and then you just have your cat go and just grab as much of it as possible. So we're gonna go for herbs first, because herbs get turned into potions, which is how you heal yourself. And having a good supply of those is never a bad thing. Also, this is free. The other thing that you can do is you can, like, buy things from. At the moment, we need none of that. We don't have enough buddies for that guy, and we don't have enough for that guy either. Oh, and that little nest area that I went up to is remember the Kohoot, my derpy birds guy? That's literally their nest. And every 5 quests, I think, they get or the nest gets filled back up to full. Luckily, everything in this game is like a multiple of 5. So as long as you, like, keep up all of your maintenance on everything on the 5th, like, after the 5th quest, if you can, like, keep track of it, which you can because it'll give you notifications that things are done. But yeah, so just keep track of, like, every 5th quest, and then, like, that'll just basically be your maintenance quest that you go and do all of the things around the village. Okay, Shrine Ruins. Optional subquests. Large monster hunting. Broken parts. Small monster hunting. Gathering ore. Okay, so the thing about these quests come in 2 different forms, basically. You have a basic form, which has a lower amount, like this and this, and then you have a more advanced form, which has a slightly higher amount. It's not, like, gonna break your back or anything. You can see here, this one says mine 7 times. But if you look at this gives you points, and it gives you an armor sphere, versus this one gives you also points and an armor sphere, and then this one gives you points, armor sphere, and then a rarer material. It's not like, depending on, like, where you are in the game. Right now, we're early, so this earth crystal, super rare. Alright, and then to end off the night, we're just going to do one more quest, and to do that quest, we are going to hunt that Arzuros that we saw. We're not going to do one of the more boring quests. We'll do those next time. So this is, like, the first, like, actual big hunt. Because that other hunt was, like, an easy version of the monster. This is going to be an actual hunt that I have to do. Also, the way that the different dubs do this are... trying to come up with words. They are so vastly different that I'm still shocked at how these cutscenes are hitting compared to when I was listening to the English dub. Bloodlust Incarnate. Okay. So this guy, Bloodlust Incarnate, is an insane take on him. Now again, I've seen all this before. But just to explain why Bloodlust Incarnate makes no sense. Gonna see if I can't find something. It's not here at the moment. Oops, didn't want to do that. Right, because you can make him jump. Okay, there we go. Alright, so I can't do that yet. So, honey, basically. This is literally just a big, like, teddy bear. Almost literally. Who we're hunting right now. To the point where if you have spare honey on you. Right. So, monsters have different kinds of attacks, just long story short. One of them is a grab attack where they grab you and then they do something to you, like, you know, many games. Arzuros, what we're going to fight right now, its grab attack is that it basically picks you up and shakes you around and then tosses you. But if you have just some raw honey on you and you get grabbed by Arzuros, he will not, like, shake you around and damage you and then throw you. He'll grab you, and then he'll smell the honey on you. He'll steal one of your honey. Like, you lose a piece of honey. And then he'll let you go, and then he'll just sit there and eat the honey while you wail on him. Missed it. And I thought I guarded that. Alright, hold on. Alright, that worked. That was the grab attack that I was talking about. I'm just glad he was ever so slightly out of range of me. Alright, we're not doing terribly. Despite my limitations. Wait, hold on. So these guys, they come out to eat mushrooms. You want to kill them after they're full. Because they drop good stuff when they're full. Ow. Just pick your points. Did I manage to get it? I didn't. Ow. I just want to carve that thing. If you could just allow me to. Okay, good. Alright, I am... Because I was so dead set on carving that because I didn't want it to go away. Alright, excuse me, but I just didn't want the rare items to go away. But now I'm out of first aid meds. Up, there goes the grab. See, look, see, he shakes you, and then he tosses you. Oh, and then he charges you. Alright, luckily, I do have some other potions on me. It's alright. It's working. Guard! Guard! For the love of everything, guard! Okay. I didn't think that you were going to charge that quickly, but fine. Missed it. Alright, that didn't work as well. Believe it or not, I think this game might, and this is not just me saying this because of my poor performance. This is me specifically saying this because of how I, you know what happens in the town with me trying to speak to the other townsfolk. I think that this game might run worse on the PC than the Switch. You know, we're just gonna wait for these two to duke it out. Perfect. Alright, now watch this. So you can launch the monsters into other monsters. To make them mountable. So if you want to, you know, switch up your monster ride, you could. You know, if you were like riding your target monster, but you wanted to use another monster to beat it up, that's always available to you. Ow. Owie. Please don't make me faint. I don't want to faint to an Arzuros. I don't want to faint to a literal teddy bear. Oh, also, while you're fighting, when you hit monsters with monsters, they drop materials. So that's the other reason why, you know, you want to make sure that you actually fight the monsters. and do all of these different mechanics, because they do actually get you immediate rewards as well as long-term rewards. There we go. Make sure I got all of his carves. Yeah, okay, good. You get 3 carves per every monster that you kill, every large monster anyway that you kill. 1 carve for every small monster, typically. And, for every, like, legendary creature that you fell, I think you get 4 or 5 carves, depending on which creature it is. Somebody wants to talk to us? Let's see who it is. Our Meowskeeper. Argosy is available with custom. Look, Housekeeper. Let me speak. I don't think I ever. It's been a bit since I played this on the Switch, but I don't think I've ever had that problem. Oh, that's the other thing, right? So the cats. Why can I not leave? I have never had this problem on the Switch. Anyway, Gathering Hub. Someone desires to speak to me. The question is who? Okay, you. Okay, again, so while you're in multiplayer, you typically don't leave this area. So this is your store. This is that guy who was in the hat and had the face, the veil on, is that what I want to say? So that's basically that person in here. It fulfills all the same functions. And again, because you don't leave here, you have a housekeeper you have a separate housekeeper in here. And the cool thing about this is that, so you have the Argosy, which I showed you before, which is like, you know, your free item generator. When I say free item generator, it's largely consumable items. Consumable items that would otherwise just be a pain to get, like, by hand. Not that they would be impossible, it's just that all it would do is it would make it so that you would just be bored with the game, because you would have to go out and just specifically just get herbs for hours on end with no other reward other than, hey, I finally get to try to take on the monster now because I finally have enough supplies. Yeah, so you can grab the items that your cat has gone and traded for in here. Or, you know, you can get the trade goods from here. You can manage all of that there. Buddy Dojo, which is exactly what it sounds like. This is training camp for your buddies that you're not using at the moment. So for instance, I might want to select buddies, select Palamutes. I don't have any, but if I did, I would put them in the Buddy Dojo. That way they can just start training already. This is the smithy, and this is the buddy smithy, so your cat and your dog have armor and weapons that they can use. Yep, exit tutorial. Tutorial. Forge, upgrade. Yep. Yep. For some reason I can... Wait, I have high rank equipment already? Okay, whatever. I'm not going to use it though. I'm gonna... because I'm learning how to actually play this game, like actually play the Gunlance, I am going to, you know, go in order and do what I need to do. I'm not really going to do much of the extra, like, fun stuff. But, like, you know, like, I'm not gonna, like, take pictures of all the monsters and, like, do everything else. But I will be actually attempting to learn how to play the Gunlance from scratch. In the meantime, so there's nothing really else to say about this place other than, you know, this is where your weapons and armor, like, you forge it and you upgrade it. Every piece of armor has skills, so if we go in here, this has Divine Blessing, which I might keep on me, considering. So all active, reduces damage taken by 15%. Sounds good. You have to wait. So it has a predetermined chance of reducing the damage you take. So right now you have a chance of reducing damage taken by 15%. I believe it activates like 50% of the time, if I'm not mistaken. I could be completely and utterly wrong about that. So yeah, it's Divine Blessing. Next you have Wirebug Whisperer, which basically makes it so when you pick up wirebugs in the field, it gives you an extra wirebug at the bottom, and they will leave after a predetermined amount of time. This makes them stay a bit longer, or it makes them recharge faster. Yep, nope. Durability. Duration, you keep a wirebug. If you upgrade it, then it increases how quickly they recover. Heroics, this is what kept getting activated during that fight. So while my health was at 35% or lower, I kept getting a defense increase of 50 points, which might not sound like much, but considering my defense is literally 5 right now, my defense went from 5 to 55, so it got multiplied by 11. You can see how that is good in the beginning and not anywhere else in the game. Critical Eye, it's increases affinity. So affinity is your chance to critical hit. Critical hits deal 1.25 times damage, so it deals an extra 25% damage on a hit. Critical Eye, so having a 5% affinity means that you have a 5% chance to land a critical hit, so a 5% chance to do an extra 25% damage. That's all there really is to say about it. Let's see. Wall Runner. So yeah, like a lot of high damage builds revolve around the use of Critical Eye. The only thing is, so there's different kinds of damage in this game, or in these games, because it's the same throughout like the Monster Hunter series, in which there is your damage, like your raw damage, your raw like non-elemental damage, and then there's your elemental or status damage depending on what weapon that you have. Critical hits only affect your non-elemental damage. There's a separate skill called Critical Element or Critical Status. Two separate skills. That will make your critical damage... That will make your critical hits also increase your elemental or status effect damage, depending on what weapon you're using. So yeah, this is mainly for weapons with like high non-elemental attack. This is Wall Runner. Not really much to say about this. They're ninja leggings, if you can't tell. And ergo they help you run on the walls better. I think they reduce your stamina drain while you're running on walls. Otherwise, we have Botanist. I forget what this does. I think it makes it so that you might you might collect extra, yeah, increases quantity of herbs that you gather. Oops. One extra consumable herb item. Next level is one extra consumable herb, nut, or seed item. Next is herb, fruit, nut, seed, or insect. Recovery up increases the amount recovered when restoring health. I might grab that. This is geologist, so if you're grabbing things from bone piles, you get one extra thing. If you get one extra thing from, or allows you to gather one extra time from gathering points, so you can gather. So typically when you go to a gathering point, you can only gather once. This will let you gather another time. And yeah, same thing for the mining outcrops, etc. Let's see, leather pants, it's all leather. All right, you can get all the leather stuff and all the base stuff for free. So I think I'm gonna grab all the leather stuff real quick. Well, not free. It costs money, but you know. Hunger resistance. Basically, what they were saying in that one of those tutorial bubbles is that so you have a certain amount of stamina, the yellow bar. And then you have that red section. That red section basically just means that you are hungry, which is why I was popping rations to increase that bar. But over time, that bar will fall again, and you'll see it be in red again. And this hunger resistance increases the amount of time that it takes for your stamina bar to go down, or to be reduced. It doesn't reduce your stamina consumption, though. Botanist, just because there's no reason not to take it. Geologist. Oh, it has 2 geologists. Interesting. What was this? Critical eye? Damn. You had to give critical eye and recovery on the same thing. Anyway. Has botanist and defense boost. Botanist. Guard. Stamina surge. This, if I'm not mistaken, makes it so that your stamina recovers faster. There are other skills that make it so that your stamina depletes slower. But there's 2 different ones, and it depends on what you're doing. There's one that makes it deplete slower for, like, bursts. So, like, when you dodge, that's like a burst of stamina. It, like, chunks your stamina off. Versus while you're running, or doing certain other actions, it's a constant, like, slow stamina drain. So there's one that reduces stamina consumption from, like, dodging and other actions like that, and one that reduces stamina consumption from, like, constant energy drains. Quick Sheath. That might actually be pretty good to grab. Attack boost, item prolong. Stun resistance doesn't need to be, like, nothing much needs to be said there. Item prolonger, basically there are certain consumable items that only act, trying to think of the word. That are only active, that's what I was trying to say. That are only active for a certain amount of time, like a very limited amount of time. This makes it so that that lasts longer. Like if you eat something that gives you an attack buff, like for 1 minute, this will last like a minute 30 or something like that. Not quite a minute 30, maybe a minute 6 seconds. A minute 30 all the way at the end. Izuchi, critical eye, that might be nice to grab. More critical eye and recovery speed. So I might want chainmail, waist. What's the Izuchi got in the waist department? Critical eye. Damn, critical eye. Lots of critical. Constitution, that's one of the ones. So fixed stamina depletion when evading, blocking, or doing other certain actions. That's one of those, like, you know, burst ones that I was talking about. Recovery speed. So when you take damage, you take a chunk of damage. Some of that damage is permanent, some of that is temporary. Though the temporary could become permanent, depending on what's going on with you. But yeah, if you take damage, you get hit for permanent damage, which you can't recover, and then you get hit for temporary damage, which you can recover from. It just takes a bit. And that temporary damage is noted in red, so this just makes it so that that temporary damage goes up further. Because when you take another hit of damage, it goes by whatever full health you have left. It doesn't take away from the temporary damage. It takes away from, like, the health. So, it actually does matter. Let's see. Diversion, I forget what that does. Increases attention drawn when attacking the monster. So basically this makes it so the monster is more likely to attack you. Good if you're on a team and you want to be attacked. Like if you guard, like if you're the tank, like if you're a lance or a gun lance or any sort of defensive build, which there are a lot of them, and you want the monster to be focused on you, you take that. Or, you know, you might be an offense, like, or counter-focused build, and you still want the monster focused on you. Either way, you letting your teammates deal a bunch of damage while the monster's focused on you. Or you don't want the monster's pattern to be, like, super erratic. Like, if you're using a greatsword. So you keep the monster's attention on you, so that way you can more easily predict its movements. Defense boost. Nah, more defense boost. Counter-strike. Counter-strike I might want to take. Counter-strike, if you... oh, never mind. That's after being knocked back. I was thinking of the wrong thing. Yeah, I thought that was one of the... So there's a thing where it's like if you... Like after you block an attack, then you deal more damage. I thought it was Counter-Strike. Apparently it's something different. So we're not going to take this. No, we might. No, we'll just do this one. Constitution, we're not going to bother with. So there's a lot to go over here. So I think I'm going to take guard. Yep, so we're going to guard. The leather, what was the hat? Nothing that I wanted. Divine Blessing we'll keep for right now. I would love to get a new one, but we're going to keep what we have. We're going to take this quick sheath. Yes. What's our feet doing, Wall Runner? We could do with, like, literally anything else aside from that. We're going to take this Izuchi. What we need now is we need a hat and we need feet. We're going to take the Izuchi chest. And then I guess we'll take the Izuchi feet as well. There's not really much else I want. Actually, we might wait. Yeah, I'll wait until I get this. Because if I can get the stun resistance and the attack boost, that'd be fantastic. And then I might wait for this critical eye. Alright, cool. So now we are much stronger than we once were. As much as I want them, they're not going to be useful to me right now. God, if only I could do something. Manage. Appearance settings, change. Nope, I clicked the wrong thing once more. How do I have high rank equipment? Unless this just came with Sunbreak. Or it was one of the DLC things. Oh, I have more, like, really high rank gear. Wait, what's this? Oh, it prevents knockback attacks while carving. Attack boost, flinch free, earplugs, constitution, attack boost, recovery up. Damn. Well, while I would love to, I'm not gonna cheat, so I'm just gonna wait until I get, like, other rarity 3 weapons and armor. Hardly have any money, though. Oh boy, if only I wasn't trapped. Maybe it's just because this is the first time I've, like, started the game. Okay, so where's go? I'm just gonna not bother with that right now. Don't tell me it's what I think it is. Yep, it's what I thought it was. I can't touch anything while it's saving, and for some reason it takes forever to save. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna restock. Otherwise, we're just going to toss that. We're going to toss that. I have well done steaks. We're going to keep that. We're going to toss the raw meat. Toss the empty files. Put this. We're going to... auto sort. For the moment. Jesus Christ. Oh, right. I forgot we had, like, a bunch of stuff. I'm not gonna say no to this just because I'm gonna wind up getting so many of these later anyway. And I mean that, like, in a very real sense. Oh, hey, look, I earned 1,000,000 zenny. So this doesn't... As much as I want the attack boost, neither of these would hurt to have. I'm just gonna take this for now, yeah. That'll just make it easier to run around. Okay. This is upgrading everything. This is changing weapons and whatnot. So, weapons will get stronger as you upgrade them, as you can see. It's also pretty self-explanatory. Better weapons will have better stats. Some of them might not be obvious at first. Oh, I'm gonna have fun with this one, aren't I? And that's just because there's some, like, just other things to keep in mind. What's this shelling type? So this is a normal shelling. So something you keep in mind with Gunlance is that I have no understanding of whatsoever is that there are different kinds. So when I blast things using that like explosive power that it has, there are different, that's called shelling, and every Gunlance has a different shelling type, or you know, a unique shelling type, I should say, I guess. Because they're not all different, you know. So like this has a normal shelling type, this also has a normal shelling type. This shelling type is long. What that means, I don't know. Again, I haven't used Gunlance like ever before. This is also long. That's normal. And that's all that I have unlocked now. This weapon tree will go on for a while in the future. But in the meantime, I'm going to grab something with a bit more kick. Oh, I need Bomb Badge Igniter. I need to kill more of those like little raccoon dudes. Understood. So those like little bugs, which is what you see here, like the Banabra wings, those little flying bugs are called Banabras. Little tiny ones that crawl on the ground, those are called Altaroths. So they usually just explode when you kill them, and then you can't carve anything off of them. Sometimes they'll drop an item, sometimes they won't. But the main thing is that in order to effectively kill them and then be able to harvest anything meaningful from them, you have to kill them with poison. And we don't have any of that right now. There are ways to make poison, though. Let's see. Ore tree. Guess we could make this. That, I think, is better than what we have at the moment. Oh, also, if you see this, they also split off into different weapons. What we can't see here is that these are splitting off into weapons of monsters, and they're monsters that we have not fought before. Except for this. This is just another Banabra. So this is one Banabra, and then you forge this weapon, right? And then you upgrade it into this weapon, or there's going to be more later on down this line that we haven't unlocked yet. But I am going to craft this ore weapon. Yep. We're going to equip that now, just because it's better than what we had. And also, it's better than what we had, and it's better than what we could upgrade it to. So there's no reason for us not to take this one. Oh, here we go. This is like an example of one right here. You have the Kimura tree, which is like the starter lance. And then eventually you can upgrade it to this, which is the Izuchi tree. You see how it looks like it has parts of the monster that we just fought? That's because it does have parts of the monster that we just fought. Same thing with the hammer. And everything else. God, I miss you. I miss you so much. In the meantime... Alright, we can upgrade some armor, I think. Quick sheath. Right, so basically each one of these things that you get, which is another reason why you should do the Jesus Christ, true armor here. This is another reason why you should always do the subquest, the optional subquest, is because you get these armor spheres and whatnot from doing them, and you need them to upgrade your armor, as it were. So you need 4 points. Each of the regular armor spheres, their value is 1. I own 63 of them. So and then it takes, in order to get to the next level, it takes 2 points. So I need to use 2 armor spheres. Simple as that. Alternatively, I could use 1 armor sphere plus, but I would exceed the level that I want to get to. It does, thankfully, not waste it until you get to the final level. Like, let me show you. Like, see, I would only need 2 to get to the final level here. So if I do that, I only need 2, and I reach the max upgrade potential. But if I use this, it's using 2, and then I'm wasting 3 points from this armor sphere. But, actually, hold on. And then we just do that. So it takes 12 armor spheres, and we've maxed out this piece of armor. It doesn't affect, however, how much money that you're going to spend on it. That's only determined by how many levels you're upgrading by. And by the rarity of the armor that you're wearing currently. And this just ought to help me, you know, stay alive more. Not going to do that because we have something in mind for this. But we're definitely going to upgrade this. That defense is 9. This defense is 10. 10 and 16. So keep in mind, our original armor was 4. Now our defense is 50. Our original defense was 5, sorry, and now our defense is 50. And that's 50 if we just get hits, you know, in the face. If we're guarding, we don't really have much to worry about. It can't. We still do get damage through the block, but clearly not as much. I think that's everything I had to go over now. I guess I could go in really quick. Real quick, we just watch this cutscene. Awesome. So Palicos have what's it called? They have specialties and different skills that they can use and participate in that's just inherent to them. Like my cat is a trapper. Or a support specialist, and by which I mean he traps enemies, or like he'll blind them, or he'll drop shit for you, or like buff you and whatnot. The dog does not have any such specialties. The dog can be ridden on, the dog can use dog weapons, and the dog can use special dog tools which might aid you further. Like he has like a taunt, he has things that like attach to enemies, he has things that can heal himself. And if you didn't know, so he has a healing scroll. And if you hop onto the dog while it's using its healing scroll, then it also heals you. Yeah, dog is mainly for mobility and a bit of extra damage. where the cat is utility. Funny enough, there was actually a game mode in the game in that was 2 before this. So before this was World and Iceborne, and then before that was Generations and Generations Ultimate. And in Generations and Generations Ultimate, there was a mode where you could play as, like, where you could physically play as your Palico. And so you, like, your cat was the hunter, not you. And yeah, it basically, like, it was the quote-unquote 15th weapon, because you have 14 weapons to choose from, and the cat was the 15th one. And yeah, it was, like, playing as the cat was extremely viable. Like, people, like, wouldn't, and I would do it all the time. People wouldn't expect it, but they would appreciate me, because the cat could freely, so as a cat, you can't use any items. And you are like, obviously your damage is limited, and you have a very limited move set, but you can basically use all of your skills for free, like, whenever. And if you are a trapper, like a support specialty cat, that means that you have unlimited traps, which monsters become resistant to traps over time. But it doesn't matter if you just keep dropping them in traps and letting your teammates do a massive amount of damage. And again, as a cat, you are perfectly capable of doing hunts all on your own. Completely capable of doing it. And you are also capable of outputting, massive amounts of damage on your own as well. But yeah, they're just saying that the cats are typically more favored just because they offer a lot more. So I chose the assist type. There's gathering types, which physically steal items off of monsters. Like, they physically rip their flesh apart and take their parts off of their bodies. They're also better at gathering items around better. All cats can gather items from around the area, but gathering items, or gathering palicos, can grab more items. There's healing specialty palicos, which I don't really think I need to explain. They heal you, and they can also sometimes buff you. Attack palicos they are just there to deal more damage, and they also can buff your attack. Bomb palicos are like attack palicos, but explosive. So where your attack palico will focus on its weapon, which you can... I should probably show you this as soon as it's done autosaving. But your animal companions, have their own gear. Yep, exit tutorial. So forge palico equipment. Alright, so they have their own stuff. So whereas if you use an attack-based palico, it's going to be focusing on its weapon mainly. So every weapon is both melee and ranged. It's just that its ranged attack is in the form of a boomerang that the cat throws. A seemingly unrelated boomerang, but a boomerang nonetheless, and it's a boomerang with the same stats as the weapon. As you can see, it has an attack type, and then its melee ability and its ranged ability. So in this case, this is a severing weapon, whereas this is a blunt weapon. So this can potentially knock out monsters and stun them, whereas this can cut parts off. And this... sorry, can inflict status conditions. So all this stuff is important to keep in mind when you're, like, depending on which palico you're using. Especially, so attack palicos can come with attacks that or skills, I mean, that are more melee focused versus skills that are more ranged focused. So in this case, on this weapon, you would want a Palico with more range focused skills because its ranged ability is higher than its melee ability. And I'm pointing at the screen that you can't see, but I'm generally speaking, you understand what I mean. So you can look over at the equipment info, and you can see that its melee ability is attack 40 versus its ranged ability, which is attack 60. So you want to give it to a Palico, which has a lot of range skills, a lot of boomerang, a lot of mega boomerang, etc., etc. Whereas this has a higher attack or melee ability. You want to give it to Palicos that have Feline Whirlwind or Frenzy or something like that. Also, an attack type Palico that's using this will be able to inflict paralysis eventually. Whereas a bomb type Palico will just be dealing raw damage every time and just be blowing up the monsters, which could flinch them or knock them off balance or otherwise just deal a bunch of damage. I think that's all the Palico types. Yeah. Attack, support, gathering, bombs. I feel like there's one more. Yeah, so this is basically, so you can hire, so I was only looking at like the special event ones earlier. You can hire cats here and dogs. And then here scouting is that, so every time you come back from a quest, they'll have a new roster of cats and dogs. So here you can select what kind of cat you want him to find, or what kind of dog you want him to find, and he'll find ones that fit the specifications. So you can either go for looks or you can go for the type. So you can literally just make another custom dog or cat. See, it brings you to this. All settings. Oops, set criteria. Set criteria, support type. Any healer, assist, fight, bombardier, or gathering. Yeah, that's 5. I don't know which one I was missing when I was listing them off earlier, but yeah, these are the ones. And then just to look at some of the skills. So Rousing Roar, this is a fight or an attack type Palico. So let's use a fearsome roar, empowering buddies and hunters. So this will buff your attack. This reduces hunter's stamina loss while your Palico is dancing, so you have basically an increased stamina bar while he's dancing. Camouflage. This prevents your Palico from being targeted by monsters. Forbidden Acorn heals a buddy and temporarily prevents loss of its health, so this could heal its friend, whether it's a dog or a cat. Furious, your Palico becomes furious in this state. Their attack power increases drastically. So again, this is for using their weapon. Versus... Oops, nope. Whirlwind Assault spins around. So this is a melee attack. So this one sprints around using their weapon to create a whirlwind, then rams into the monsters. Let's see if I can't find one with a... Oh, there is none. So there's no cat here at the moment with a skill that allows it to use a more powerful range attack. And the cats aren't just limited to the skills. Like, the skills are something that activate every so often. Otherwise, they will just be fighting with their weapons. So, fight type Palicos optimize weapon use, whereas Bombardier Palicos will augment, will have bombs along with their weapon use. We're not ready for this yet, are we? We are. Okay, so we'll do that next as well. That'll be for next time because that's only useful like when you're about to go onto a hunt. But I think I talked about everything that I want to talk about. I think I gave all the summaries. So next time we are just going to go over to Hinoa and keep doing the quests. We're going to start off with the boring quests for Hinoa, and then we're going to move on to the more exciting quests. We're not going to go over all this now. In any event, sorry, it just takes a bit to switch over the windows. In any event, that's been Monster Hunter Rise, at least for now. I appreciate anybody who tuned in to watch this. Thank you to anybody who tuned in live. And thank you to anybody who's watching this later on the VODs, whether on Twitch or YouTube. Really appreciate you as well. Just remember to interact with the video and the channel. You know, like, comment, subscribe, or follow, depending on what platform you're on. And I will see you all in the next one. Monday, we're back with more Borderlands 2. We're going to do more than just, than what we did last time because I was so damn tired. And we are going to, and then we'll be back in this on Tuesday. And we're going to really get going because now we're done with almost all the tutorial stuff. There's still more tutorial stuff, but that tutorial stuff is more for like very specific mechanics. Otherwise, we got like the core gameplay and stuff down. In any event, that is all for now. I've been Caged Fruit, and this has been Monster Hunter Rise. Goodbye and good night.